One afternoon, it was a beautiful warm day. Stimpy J Cat was attending to his garden that he was so proud of, and how it's doing well. Many animals came by and asked him if they can have some.
Stimpy, would it be okay if I have some of your carrots? My children are very hungry.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Bunny. Take as many as you need.
When Stimpy put up the new birdhouse, a couple was very grateful to have finally found a home and starting their own family, making him feel very happy to have helped. The joy was soon to disappear when his friend Wren Hoek came by. He was not pleased. When the animals saw him, they ran away accompanied by Stimpy. Stimpy was confused at what was going on, and he realized why they were running away. As he turned around, he saw the Chihuahua with a menacing smile.
Oh, hello, Wren. Stimpy, would you mind telling me why you are outside and not inside making me lunch? Oh dear, I'm sorry, Wren. I'll get that done in a minute. But right now, I'm watering my babies,
he says. He grabbed the watering can that he had refilled and slowly poured it over the flowers. For Wren, watching Stimpy made him jealous, but thought it was ridiculous that Stimpy cared more about his flowers than him.
Oh, look how much they've grown. It seems like yesterday when they were tiny seeds when I planted them, feed them, and watered them. They grew up so fast.
Wren was getting a headache listening to this. He came to the conclusion to end this once and for all.
Stimpy, I don't know what world you are in right now, but they are just stupid plants. More like fancy weeds, if you will.
Stimpy gasped. He has never heard someone talk about his flowers like that.
Wren, how could you say that about my babies?
His friend just rolled his eyes.
Stimpy, if these flowers really talked, you would think otherwise about it.
What do you mean?
Wren pointed at the sidewalk in front of their house. A tired-looking mother walked by with her children. The baby in the stroller was crying. A 5-year-old was screaming about wanting candy, and the teenager couldn't stop complaining about her life. Watching the scene, Stimpy didn't want to believe that's how he would be treated. Wren wasn't finished. He pulled the cat over, showing him the family of bunnies that he had given food to. He was shocked to see that the food didn't last for all the kids, leaving some of them to become nothing but skin and bones. Just as things couldn't get worse, Stimpy felt something hit him on the top of his head. When he put his hands up and picked it up to see what it was, he felt like he was going to be sick. It was an egg yolk that had come from the birdhouse. As he looked up to see the firstborn pushing his unhatched siblings out the nest.
Sweet Lord, no! What are you doing?
Being Mom and Dad's golden child.
Stimpy couldn't believe the horror that he was witnessing. This had to be a nightmare. While Wren stood there with an evil smirk across his face, his plan was beginning to work.
Yeah, that's life for you, man. Darkness always takes over happiness.
No, Wren! There's always good in life. I'm sure of it.
Later that night, as the two were asleep, Stimpy was tossing and turning. He couldn't stop thinking about what he saw that day. When he woke up, he knew he had to get his mind off it. So he tapped his friend's shoulder to ask him something. When Wren's eyes shot open, he hoped it was something important.
What is it, man?
Could you read me a bedtime story?
With that reply, Wren was ready to kill. I mean it was 2 a.m, for heaven's sake, but Stimpy was giving him the big puppy dog eyes. Wren gave in and decided on what book to read. After he got the book, Stimpy was in bed excited for the story, not knowing what it was. Unknown to him, it was another evil plan that Wren had.
This is called the Pied Piper. There once was a town that was taken over by rats. And with this, it made the townsfolk very sick and die. Some just spent endlessly times on the potty.
Oh my!
The townsfolk were running out of ideas to get rid of the rats, until a man named the Pied Piper came and said that he might solve the problem once and for all.
Oh joy!
So with his trusting magic flute, all the rats followed him, and they fell into his trap. And all the people were happy that the plague was no more.
Oh, how wonderful! That was such a great story, and...
But when the piper asked for his reward like he was promised, the townspeople changed their minds, saying that he used his flute, which didn't count. The piper was angry, and he wouldn't stand for it. So he used his instrument again, but this time he let the kids out of the town.
Oh no!
Before the parents could react, it was too late. The little ones walked a mile, and they grew tired. Some couldn't keep up due to their feet being sore. But those who kept up didn't realize the dangers that they were in.
No!
Yes, like crossing the river. Some couldn't swim, leaving them to drown and get left behind.
That's not very happy, Ren.
Oh, but it gets worse. Through the forest, they were attacked by bears. And with climbing snow-covered mountains, some froze to death.
No, Ren! That can't be! Tell me some of the children made it, please!
Calm down, Stimpy. Of course they did. After all that walking, the piper told them to go into the cave, as it would be their new home. As they walked in, they didn't realize that it was another trap by him by putting a big rock in front of the exit, leaving them to their death. The end.
Stimpy couldn't believe that's how the story ended. He cannot believe someone could do that to the children in the story. He screamed and cried.
No!
Like I said before, life bites, and there's nothing we can do about it but suffer.
No, Ren! There's good things in life! I just know it, like...
Ren slaps him across the face, sick of hearing him say that.
No, you idiot! There's nothing good in life! All it does is abuse you and tortures you. And just when you think it's going to turn around, it stamps on those dreams just for fun. I did what I could to be good so life could treat me better. But I still got crap like you ever since you came into my life. You made everything 100 times worse. Always getting on my nerves. I could have had a model girlfriend, but no! Instead, I have a boyfriend who non-stop smells bad and throws hairballs everywhere! You ruined my stuff and just makes me miserable! I wish you would just die!
Stimpy sat there in disbelief of what he'd just heard. In the past, his friend did say mean things to him, now and then, but this was really hitting below the belt for him. With Ren seeing his face, it was making him worried a bit.
Huh? Stimpy? Are you okay?
Get out.
What?
Get out! You horrible man! I never want to see you again!
Never had Stimpy acted like this before. When his friend threw him out the house, the little dog stood there dumbfounded on what just happened, making him realize that he needs help.